Namaskaram. We left the Rsjasooya ceremony in the middle, where Shishupala was angry that Krishna's name was suggested for the Arghya Puja, for honoring him as the most distinguished guest. And when actually, in spite of his objections, when actually Sahadeva offered the Arghya, the water to wash his feet and place him on the distinguished seat, Shishupala stood up and invited all kings who supported him to oppose it through an armed conflict, that is, challenged the Pandavas to settle the issue through fight. And Shishupala challenged Krishna directly. And we stopped there after mentioning the birth of Shishupala, the curse Jaya Vijaya received from the Sanat Kumaras, and about the 3 births. And this is the 3rd birth for Jaya as Shishupala. Now we come back, and Shishupala was born as the child to Krishna's aunt. I think her name was Shrutakirti, and she was married to the Chedi king Damaghosha. And on birth, Shishupala apparently had 4 arms and a 3rd eye. And all got scared looking at the strange creature. And they thought, and not only that, several bad omens were visible and could be audible. There were, the falling stars and falling stars and cry of inauspicious birds and animals. So they all got scared. They wanted to kill the baby immediately. Then a sound was heard, an ashariri, saying that, no, don't kill the baby now, it is not time. The enemy in whose hand the baby will die is already born. Okay? And if you place this baby on visitors and on the lap of his enemy, then immediately his extra arms and the 3rd eye will disappear. Then you would know who the enemy is, who is going to be the killer. And the ghost or whoever made the sound disappeared. And Shishupala's mother, from that day onwards, took special care to place the baby on the lap of all visitors, visiting kings. And nothing happened when large number of them came and went. But when Krishna came with Balarama, as soon as Shishupala was placed on Krishna's lap, immediately the miracle happened. The extra arms and the 3rd eye disappeared. And then Krishna's aunt got scared. She requested Krishna, please bear the mistakes this baby commits against you. And Krishna heard her and said, look, I shall tolerate his mistakes 100 times. That I promise you now. And when Shishupala challenged Krishna for a fight, Krishna announced there, look, this is what happened, but I have already tolerated his mistakes 100 times. There were many instances where Shishupala, sinned Krishna. So he said, I tolerated on all that occasions. Now I have kept my promise to my aunt, and this is one too many. And it is time that I kill him. And Krishna invoked the Sudarshana Chakra, and with that he killed Shishupala. And with Shishupala's death, the other rebellious kings, they became peaceful, and Rsjasooya continued peacefully and concluded. On the last day, Yudhishthira took the ceremonial bath called the Avabhrata Snanam, and that settled the Rsjasooya ceremony's last act. All the invited kings and Brahmins, they all returned to their respective places. Vedavyasa called Yudhishthira, and after himself getting seated, and when everybody was have taken their places before him, Vedavyasa said, Yudhishthira, bad omens are seen, and this not only this country, all the kingdoms of the region, it's going to be a great calamity, and all on account of you. But it is something which is bound to happen. You can't prevent it. So be careful. That's all I say. And Yudhishthira was very upset. He said, I don't want a calamity to happen because of me. It is better that I die instead of causing death to so many innocent people. Vedavyasa said, no, that doesn't solve the problem, because what is going to happen is definitely going to take place. Only thing, you live carefully. And saying that, Vedavyasa disappeared. He went back to Himalayas. Krishna also took leave. He bid goodbye to the Pandavas, to his aunt Kundi, and his sisters, his sister Subhadra, and his, so to say, devotee Panjali. And he also went back to Dwaraka. Then Yudhishthira, in front of his brothers, took a vow that from now onwards I shall not speak even one word which is unpleasant to anybody. Let it be my relations, my friends or enemies. I make it a point that I shall not speak ill of anybody or speak unpleasantly. So with that, the Rsjasooya ceremony is over. Now we start the next sub-parvam called Vyuta Parvam. Vyuta is gambling, a game of dice. And that is one of the most important turning points in the story of Mahabharata. And it starts with Duryodhana sulking over the rise of the Pandavas in all respects. After the Rsjasooya, they became so wealthy that they couldn't exhaust it even if they lived 100 lives, because so much of wealth was brought as gifts, as tribute. Then they also became very powerful. That is, so many powerful big kings became their allies. That was the result of the Digvijayam. And they were also in esteem. They became talked about as the rising power in the whole, among all the kingdoms of the land. So Duryodhana said, I can't tolerate anymore. And Shakuni was next to him. Shakuni asked him, why are you so unhappy? Then Duryodhana explained all this. And Duryodhana also said that when he went to look around the new assembly hall built by Maya, he committed so many follies, because Maya had built the hall with so many tricks. Duryodhana at one place took it to be water and raised his clothes and was trying to walk as though he was walking in a pool, and he went to the other end and there was no water, and people started laughing. And at other place he didn't realize there was water, and he fell into the water and became wet all over. And again there was laughter. There was a glass door which was not at all visible as a door, and Duryodhana went and bashed against it. At other place he didn't see there was a wall, there was a door. He tried to walk through, and he saw the something like wall. He tried to open it, but there was none. Like that, so many follies, and that all made him increased his irritation. So he said, it's no good. There is nothing I can do against them because they are very powerful. So I better commit suicide. And Shakuni comforted him. No, don't lose heart, Duryodhana. I have a way out. And we'll go into that the next day. Today time is up. Namaskaram.